Okay, so the first thing I notice on this is that if you try to make this inner diameter larger, then it'll weaken the part because it'll be too thin. So you're going to have to make the outer diameter larger as well, and also move out your clamping parts so that they don't get covered up in that process. So what I would do is I'm going to split these clamps off of the round part. I'm going to sketch a line on my XY plane there. Yeah, come here. I'm just going to cut those just like that. Stop my sketch. So there's a line right there. So what I'm going to do, if I do that straight, yeah, okay, is go to Modify and Split Body. And my body to split, I'm going to pick this whole part here. And then for my splitting tool, it's going to be this line. And it's going to expand that out as long as the Extend Splitting tool is checked. It'll expand that out to cover the whole part there. Click OK. So now I've got two separate parts here. It's not immediately obvious. If you right click and pick Move Copy, then you can pick Bodies and click this one and then click the other one. So both are selected. And why did it do that? Unselect everything. Make sure this is centered first. There we go. So pick both of those and just slide those away. I'm just going to say 5 millimeters. I have no idea how big your part needs to be. And then click OK. So now those are sitting farther out. So the next step is to make your outer diameter larger. So I'm going to pick a 2-point circle, and I'm going to pick the top of this as my plane. Yeah, just jump everything around, why don't you? So I'm going to try to stay on this center line here and pick the outer part of this circle. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to extend that circle out all the way until it intersects both the inner and outer corners. Here's my inner corners, here's my outer, so at least it covers up the outer corners there. So it will join those two parts later. So click that, stop my sketch, zoom out a little bit here, and I'm going to select, well, I'm going to click Create, and it's doing something different than what it did when I tested this. You know what? Who cares? So, unselect, select that, there we go, and extend that down through the bottom of the part, like that. And instead of cut, you're going to do a join. So that's going to make a solid part there, and then click OK. And now you can go to Sketch, Circle, do a center diameter circle, use the plane of this piece you just made here, and when you get to the very center, you'll get this circle, place a center point. And now you can expand that out to whatever size it needs to be. I don't know what size it needs to be, but obviously leaving enough room out here for the strength of the part. Create that thing, your sketch, extend that through the bottom of your part. Make sure it's a cut, should be. Click OK. So now go to your front view. Going to sketch a 3-point rectangle, and I don't have a flat plane that I can sketch on here because it's rounded. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick the back plane here, and I'm going to draw a, here, if you zoom in enough, hold that long enough to where it says place first corner, and then you'll get this dotted line so you can verify that you're lined up when you get to the top there. So there's your first corner. Do the same thing over here. Just hold that there for a second, and then it'll give you a reference line to go up here. There's your second corner. Come down to the bottom here, and there's your third one. Now, that made a box or a sketch, but it's way over on the other side. Not a big deal. Create, pick that part, extend it all the way through like that, so it cuts through there, and then go from direction, go to two sides, and then bring this other side all the way back over here. It's just anywhere in the middle here, it doesn't matter as long as it's not cutting through the rest of your part. And then click OK. So from there, you could add your bevel or your fillet if you want to, like the other part had. It's up to you how you want to make it look when you're done there. But that is what I would do anyway, because if you just make the inner diameter bigger, it's going to weaken the part. It won't be strong enough, but you got to make sure you can still get your screws through here. Hope that makes sense.